What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. So I've been working away at this month's challenge piece, but it's looking like I'm gonna need a little more time to get that one done. It's turning into something a little more complex. So I figured in the meantime, and to avoid breaking that one up into two pieces, we would do something small but still pretty interesting. Take a look at what we're working with. This is a little Burch Burl that I pulled off the mountain. You can see the birch in the backside of her. And in the rest, it's pretty hard to identify, but it's a cool, gnarly little burl. And I'm thinking, I don't know, small little vase or a Hollowform, something like that. We'll see what it turns into. Let's get to work. Contact. Alright, it's time for some hollowing. Let's get after it. learned pretty quickly that our tenon didn't hold. But I grabbed her before she went kerplunk. Alright, now for a workaround. What are we gonna do here? Well, that's no fun. That's no fun at all. Alright. I'm gonna have to think on this one for a little bit. Alright guys, well, I've been working over trying to get a solution to this here problem, how to refixture this guy. I don't want to cut further into this. I wouldn't really know how to. I'm sure I could come up with a way to refixture it so that we could return this, but I don't want to lose any more of the size. So I got with my buddy Daniel over at Tournage du Bois, and we decided we're gonna cook up a glue block here, kind of like a jam chuck. So I found this here rounded out piece of walnut. Probably just use this. I'm gonna get this fixtured up. I'm gonna get a shoulder on it so we can fit it into these jaws. I don't want to have to go swapping jaws back and forth. Pain in the arse. And then we'll get a recess cut into the opposite end to the OD of this guy here. We'll get it glued up and then go from there. I was going back and forth whether or not to use hot glue or wood glue, and I think wood glue is going to hold better for us. To be perfectly honest with you, if this guy goes sailing off the chuck again, I'm not so sure I'll be able to catch it again. We'll pick up when I get this guy worked out, and then we'll take a look at it. Alright guys, so we got a nice tight fit. I'm gonna get some glue in there and get this pressed up together with our tailstock, and hopefully we can save this guy. Fingers crossed. Following, take 2. Alright guys, so we're pretty well hollowed. Getting on in there, we're at like, I don't know, 1/4 inch wall. This crack that developed is bothering me pretty good, so now we did run this in a kiln and I tested this to be somewhere about 8%. Good and dry, we'll call that 8.5. So it's got to be just that, we have this tension in the pith here. She's unloading on us, so I'm gonna try a little workaround on this. Sorry, this light washes everything out. Let me get some wood glue in there, and then I have this here piece of steel. I use this for a mandrel for another application, but I think it's got a decent enough taper that if we press that on in together, it might hold enough good pressure to get this sealed back up. I don't know, but we're gonna try it. All right. Today is the next. Time to see if our little clamping method here worked. Let's take a peek. Little ugly. Let's get that sanded down and see what we're working with. Well, it's not perfect, but it's better than a wide open crack. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this guy sanded out, and then we'll start thinking about how we're gonna finish it. I'm gonna do most of this by hand because I don't want to lose this little bit of character that we got here from the birch bark. But yeah, we'll get this sanded out to at least 400, and then we'll take a look what we got. Alright guys, so we got this sanded out to 600. We're going to go ahead and we're going to be using this General Finishes. This is a clear, water-based urethane finish. And the reason I'm using this is because I really want to maintain the contrast between the light wood and the darker stuff. After cleaning it off with some denatured alcohol, I think it's really going to make this piece pop. So let's get a coat of it on, see what we're working with. Wow. All right, so we got quite a few thin coats of this General Finishes water-based finish on here. I'm just gonna go around and knock down any high spots that I see with some 1000 grit, and then after we get that knocked down, we will buff this out with the Yorkshire Microfine. All right, guys, well, the time has come to part this guy off. I would say pucker factor of about 8.9, but we should be all right. I got a little support in there with tailstock. I'm just gonna knock this guy down to about, I don't know, quarter, half inch, and fingers crossed. Okay, whew. That was scary. See how scary that was? Oh man. All right, well, we got her off. I'm gonna just sand up the back here. Probably even have enough real estate to give her a stamp. And then get her all cleaned up, re-shined up. We'll take a look at her. It's done. Let's go check it out. All right, guys. Well, here you have it. This one is a little tricky on the the technical side and making sure she was fixtured properly. That was my bad on the tenon, but I didn't want to lose any more of the character off the bottom, so I tried to clamp into some bark, and well, I had to work around it because I paid for that one. But ultimately, I think this thing came out great. I tried my best to maintain all of the aspects of the characteristics that this guy was presenting. We have a little bit of the natural birch bark. We were even able to keep some of the lichen on that bark. We have some amazing burl figuring in here, which really surprises me because on these smaller, younger burls, I'm not used to seeing this much character, but we were able to keep some of the cap figuring there, and then even some of the natural birch grain. I probably could have treated this crack a little bit better, but all in all, I think it worked out nicely. I will leave you guys some slow rollers at the end to check this guy out in more detail. All right, guys, so we got a new sticker up on the board. Colin Roberts over at Wood Wizardry. Thank you for sending that along, sir. I will leave links to his stuff in the description so you can check it out. Other than that, I just want to say thank you guys so much to all the regular viewers, Patreons, all you guys. You guys are keeping me going. I really hope you like this stuff. Some of you will notice I did not add music to this video here. I want to know what you guys think about that. I don't know what you guys are thinking if I don't toss it up a little bit every once in a while. Let me know what you think. Not only about the project, but about the way the videos are put together. If you think there's anything I can do to improve, be sure to let me know. Just be nice. Come on. Other than that, if you guys want to support the channel, smash that like button. It helps a lot. If you have not subscribed, consider doing so. We do weekly content, all kinds of stuff. Next week's video is going to be a pretty complicated one. I think you guys are going to like it. We are part of the YouTube cross-channel challenge, so we will be doing those challenges monthly, and through them I'm just continuing to push myself and try and grow in new directions. Other than that, we do have a Patreon. If you guys want to support the channel that way, throw a $5 into the bucket. Do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I take you on some of my adventures, like where I found this guy. I pulled this one off the mountain. We got a couple more like it yet to come. So yeah, I don't know. I love you guys. See you next week.